Warning. The following podcast is intended for a mature audience due to the dropping of bombs of the F, S, B, and C varieties. Listener discretion is advised.
So Kush, right? Today, I went down Jersey Shore, right?
Sure.
It's this beautiful heat wave we're still enjoying, so I figured I'd go to the beach.
Why not?
And for those that don't know, I live in North Jersey. I have to drive down to South Jersey. And on the way down to South Jersey, we pass several service stations. I'm sure you get those in California, service stops and things like that.
We're talking gas stations or something different?
Pleasure, but they have gas, but they also have maybe small restaurants, bathrooms for people on long drives to stop at.
Gotcha. We got those in California, yes, sir.
And this one in particular, so we have John Bon Jovi service station, we have Vince Lombardi service station, Jersey Legends, right?
Sure.
And this one was called Thomas Edison service station.
Okay.
So as I'm driving, I kind of lean over to the person I'm with and I say, "Hey, bet that place is pretty lit." Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
It's a dad joke. You're not a dad, but it's still funny. That's funny.
Thomas Edison, pretty lit.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 161, the Hawk Tuah Girl does not want to go away, and she's back in the press. M. Night Shyamalan is back with another probably weird movie. Strip Club Yelp Reviews makes its triumphant return, and much, much more. I am Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? 46 rotations around the globe. It's the Waffle Box. The original Waffle Box is the people's podcast. It's the best part of Wednesdays. You accept no substitutions. Come to you all the way from the future home of Super Bowl 60. You love us because we do this. And we do this because we love you. PL, what's happening?
Number 3.
Greetings, gentlemen. Quick question for you both. Since breakdancing is making its debut in the Olympic Games, and they'll be crowning the first champion B-girl and B-boy on Friday and Saturday, respectfully, if you could introduce a new sport to the Olympic Games for 2028, what would it be?
It's a good question. I am actually looking forward, before we get into our new sports that we're going to introduce, because the Americas are hosting the next Olympics, I hear.
That's right, Los Angeles.
I am looking forward to seeing what the breakdancing competition is going to bring. How are they going to judge that? Is it going to be like the rhythmic gymnastics where it's difficulty and posture and skills and shit like that?
Yeah,
Style. Okay, but anyway, I'm just stalling for time. Sports, new sport. Do you know what I think would be actually a really good one? Kush?
What's that?
Office chair racing.
Office chair racing. Okay, that's fun. Very few people are going to get hurt doing that. Someone's going to still eat shit, but very few people will get hurt during it.
And I was thinking at first you could have fun, set up a fake office that you have to roll around. But then you have to keep it for each Olympics, each competition, you have to keep it exactly the same because, to respect the records and blah, 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 blah. So I think maybe even more fun is do it around the regular running track. Could you imagine the 100-meter sprint, just 8 people lined up on office chairs, and then the guy shoots the gun and they're just awkwardly trying to shuffle their office chairs down the 100-meter stretch? I think that'd be hilarious. Book it. Make it happen.
Why not? Yours is a little more lighthearted than mine is. I've got the smash and grab competition where based on the activities of the lawless California, teams of 3 to 5 people go into much like your makeshift office, a makeshift retail space where, you got all the things that people are stealing. You got booze and cigarettes, maybe some jewelry, ladies' undies, the Gillette Mach 3 razors, everything that's up in a glass case. And each team has, let's say, 4 minutes to take as much as they can, and the winner will be decided on, well, one, how much damage has been done, and two, how much content has been acquired. I'm not condoning looting or robbing people, but become kind of a sport in California these days. It's a real deal.
It's all kicking off in England as well. They're doing all that stuff.
Oh shit, dude! There was last month in Oakland, California, over 50 people. I don't want to say it was closer to 80, but even I don't believe that number, but over 50 people, and there's surveillance footage of it, mobbed a gas station convenience store and just shoulder to shoulder and just taking everything.
Why?
And you're just like, it's a gas station, guys. What the fuck? And
Yeah.
and 50 of you? What? Wow. So,
I guess their figuring was like, well, we can't all get caught, surely.
and I don't believe all of them did. I don't believe any of them did.
But even if, like, say, 20 of them survived, really, how much are they going to separate between them? Like, how much goods do they really get from a gas station convenience store?
Not much.
But anyway, I like your idea. It's like kind of like, do you remember Supermarket Sweep?
Yes, yes.
It's like that, but it's like the
It
Olympics
is like that.
of Supermarket Sweep. Let's make it happen. I think we could shoehorn both of those into the next Olympics. I think it'd be fun. America. Let's make it. America, make the Olympics fun again. Let's do it. When is that? It's not us four. Say when is it? It's 4 years' time. So that's 2028.
2028. Los Angeles.
And then we've got the World Cup coming in 2026. Oh, America.
Oh boy, look at us.
America's coming up in the world.
Guys, make sure you don't bring anything valuable when you come to the United States, or much like Vice President Kamala Harris said, don't come. Don't come. I told that to all my European friends last year at Redhead Days. Don't come.
I'm still looking forward to the mass of people wandering around the streets of New York trying to find MetLife Stadium, because all the marketing is highlighting, oh, it's New York, New York, New York, New York. And then everyone's be walking around Brooklyn trying to find, which subway do I take to MetLife? You're going to need a bus, my friend. But there you go. Anyway, yeah, so that's that. Other than Olympics fever, have you been watching it?
I have not, but the memes have been coming in. There is a dude who placed second out of Turkey. That's apparently an amazing marksman. People seem to be enjoying the shit out of him, but also a guy
the
out
Chuck
of
Norris
France.
of the Olympics, where everyone's taking it super serious with their equipment, and he just rocks up when he's like jacket.
Everyone does look
pulls
like
out
the
gun,
Borg, and he's just like, I just came as I am, ma'am.
Clint Eastwood's the bitch out of it.
Yeah, seriously. And then there's a French guy the other day who got disqualified from the pole vault competition because his cock hit the pole.
His
I don't know
pole
how that
hit the
happens.
pole.
I
On pole
understand some
crime.
people are saying like his knees hit it first, but every still shot you see on the internet is that dong hitting the bar, and then the bar just coming down on him, and you're just like, well, that's a fun problem to have.
Have you seen the 4K super slowed down version where you get to see it?
Not.
Where you get to see it hit the bar and then his junk jiggles in some kind of hypnotic fashion?
I have not.
It's well worth.
That would be amazing.
It's hilarious.
I'm not
But
jealous.
yeah.
Everyone should be like, well, maybe not high five that guy, but like, give him at least a thumbs up.
He's like, yeah, sure, yeah, you
thing.
didn't win the Olympics. Boo-hoo. However, that's a hell of a story to say. And when he gets home, if he is single, he won't be single for long, because he will be like, yeah, I was going to win gold at the Olympics, but the problem is my dick's too big. Like,
I mean, I get it, dude. It's hard driving a car and sometimes sitting down using the bathroom. It's not fun. It's not fun. It has its consequences, folks. It has a gift and a curse, if you will.
I also have that problem. Anyway, what else? What have you been up to this week other than binging Olympic memes?
So as I started off the top, we went 46 rotations around the Earth this year. That happened yesterday. If today is Wednesday, the best part of Wednesday, and then over the weekend, I worked 2 of the 3 games between the Dodgers and the Oakland A's, and had a delightful time.
I'm assuming you wasn't at Oakland. Where are Oakland
No,
playing
I was
now?
in Oakland.
Oh, they're
Yeah,
playing at some
Oakland's
like
closer than Los Angeles.
they're playing at some kind of like high school thing right now, right? It's like a tiny baseball park.
No, no, no. They're still at the Oakland Coliseum right now.
Oh, they still
That'll
are.
change next year.
Oh, it's next year they're moving because and then it's the year after that they go to Vegas, right?
In theory, however, the mayor of Las Vegas, also to quote Kamala Harris, was like, "Don't come. We don't want you. Don't come."
Oh, I thought they had all the plans and everything ready to build the baseball stadium. It looks very nice.
That's
in
what
the concept
they
art.
said. That's what the management of the A's said. Yeah, we got a plan for a ballpark in Las Vegas. Watch out, here we come. And the mayor's just like, "No, you don't, and don't come."
So basically, the Oakland Athletics want to go to Vegas, but Vegas doesn't want them, and now Oakland doesn't want them. So they're kind of nomads, the nomads of baseball.
Well, the people of Oakland still want them. However, Vegas is not happy about it, and it's not necessarily the Athletics themselves, but the guy who owns it. It's one guy controlling all this shit. I still don't know where this is going, especially now that the mayor of Vegas is going, "Don't show up. Please go anywhere but here." But yeah, so next year it will be the I don't know if it'll be the Oakland Athletics of Sacramento, California, or the Sacramento Athletics of Oakland, but the A's are going to be in Sacramento, which is the capital of California. And then after that, TBD. The city of Oakland actually just is in the works of selling their part of the stadium, their share of it. They own half of it, and it's like, we're here now. We didn't want to be here, but we're here now. So highest bidder wins, or maybe lowest bidder wins. Anyways,
Someone's going to pick that. Like someone like what is that? Those police sales where they auction off old stolen
dealers' cars. And
yeah, it'd be something like that. So someone's like Bart Simpson from that one episode of The Simpsons. He's gonna pick up the stadium for $1.
That'd be
and
amazing.
Milhouse will be the security guard.
I watched it. I watched it shake, and then I watched it fall down.
In Milhouse.
At least I'm doing better than my dad.
I love Milhouse's dad. What a guy. What a
Everything's
guy.
coming up Milhouse. Do you love Milhouse or his dad?
Both.
Okay. Honest
Yes,
answer.
I do have that little video saved that everything's coming up Milhouse. Whenever one of my sports teams wins, that gets posted on my social media.
Nice.
Yeah.
I Kush approved.
Thank you. What I've not been nothing exciting except for that amazing trip down to Jersey Shore. Tanning still, heat wave. We've gone from heat wave to tomorrow we have a flood watch. So that should be fun.
That's so stupid. How's that?
And where I work is in a town called Edgewater, which you can guess is right on the edge of the water.
That
So
adds
if
up.
and I'm working tomorrow, so if that flood watch comes to fruition, that could be a lot of fun. I could be having to get my canoe home.
You definitely want to pack some thermals at least, or an extra pair of undies and socks.
Maybe my life vest
You know what? Yeah, that might not hurt.
and a fresh pair of socks. Because the Hudson
Fresh
River
pair
is
of socks.
filthy.
Yeah.
If I have to step in Hudson River floodwater, oh my God, I might, by the time I get home, I might have like 7 toes.
Oh. Yeah, save your
Yeah.
toes, buddy. Maybe call in sick tomorrow.
And by that, I don't mean 3 of them are going to go missing. I'm saying I'm going to grow extra toes because it's so dirty. I'm sure it's like that again.
Hell.
Simpsons reference. I'm sure there's some 3-eyed fish in that.
Blinky
water.
the fish.
Yeah. So
Yeah, maybe
more
call
to
in
come
sick
next
tomorrow.
week, I guess. More to come next week. Shall we kick it into gear?
Let's kick it.
Producer Lathan, if you could do the honors and hit the music, because it's now time for this week's top stories.
It's now time for this week's top stories.
Anyone remember the Hawk Tuah Girl? I'm sure everyone
no.
does.
Well, so many years has passed since the Hawk Tuah Girl. Like, I understand she's a school mom now.
She's retired. She lives on a
She's
farm
retired.
somewhere.
She bought a little hemp farm.
Yeah.
She's not even like growing weed. She's just making like hemp jeans, just sewing them
Lots of
each
rope
by hand.
everywhere. Tons of rope.
Hemp rope everywhere.
Every fucking but if you're living under a rock and you don't know who she was, so Haley Welch, which is her real name, was interviewed once during a bar crawl, and one of the questions was like, "How do you keep a man happy, or how do you drive a man wild?" To which she imitated the act of fellatio on the microphone, and she was like, "You gotta give him one of these," basically saying you need to
spit on that thing,
spit on the penis. Which I don't know, right? I don't want to say too much about myself. I don't want to get too personal here.
You like spitting on the penis too?
No, if someone ever did that to me, like in the middle, if I was like, and then she just spit on me, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Weirdo.
No, I'm into it. No, I'm all over it.
But she quickly
spit all over that thing.
She quickly turned into an internet meme, with people doing remixes and yada 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 yada. And she went,
which made me do a lot of questioning, because like that thing was out of control. Like it was a very simple, again, man on the street segment, woman on the street segment, if you want, and people just like went gangbusters with it, where every other meme was her. And like, this wasn't even 2 months ago, Mike Fish. I know we made a joke at the beginning, but this wasn't even like 2 months ago at this point. And it's just like, who's not sucking your dick right? Come on, guys. Like, why are you taking you either love this way too much, or you're not getting any of this? Like, what's going on here, fellas? Like, I guess the ladies too. Like, it wasn't a one-way street, but fucking hell, like you could not escape this bitch for 6 weeks.
Yeah, maybe I'm old, maybe I'm getting boring. But yeah, after a couple of days, I was like, really? Are we still going on about this blowjob bitch?
We're still mesmerized by this?
What the fuck?
She's very attractive, so I kind of get it, but fucking hell.
Anyway, so long story short, she saw an opportunity for that. She sells some merchandise, I believe, which, she made the most of her 15 minutes of fame, so God bless her. I salute you, right? Mm-hmm. And now this what's happened since she's come back in the news.
What?
And this is almost like one of those Taylor Swift moments, like where everyone started getting mad at Taylor Swift because she was all over the NFL coverage, and it's kind of like, well, it's not Taylor Swift's fault. It's the NFL trying to make the most out of this, and so it's NFL's fault. We're getting sick of her. So I'll give her credit, Haley. Haley, this is not your fault that you're in the crosshairs right now.
It's a funny segment, lady.
But
also, what are you doing Friday?
Yeah. Look. Probably. So Joseph Hudak. He writes a blog for the Rolling Stones, right?
Yeah.
To which
I'm already
he made a comparison.
Okay.
Comparing Hawk Tuah Girl to Dolly Parton. To which obviously a lot of people got upset about. Now, this is what he actually says.
I'm further unimpressed. I don't know if I'm upset. I'm just like, really?
This is what he said in the article or the blog.
What did he say, Mike?
In his blog. Who has blogs nowadays? Do you remember that?
Yeah, right. They're blog. We used to call them editorials when I was a kid.
Quote, here was a giggling, smiling, fresh-faced farm girl describing oral sex without a sense or hint of sexuality, which I'm going to stop right there. I've challenged anyone to describe the act of giving a blowjob without there being... Sure, it's just it's sexual. You can't describe a blowjob without any hint of sexuality.
It'd be weird if you could.
Like, how can you... Anyway.
It's sex.
It's a sex. In the same aw shucks manner that a certain beloved country music legends make jokes about her boobs. While she may not sing or write songs, the Hawk Tuah Girl, as she has come to know, exudes the charm and magnetism of a Gen Z Dolly Parton.
What? That's so stupid.
What? Well, sure, like Dolly Parton, yes, she tried, she tried it like some. Was it Eminem from 8 Mile tactics, where rather than let people make jokes about my big titties, I'll make jokes about my big titties and I'll diffuse them. So yes, she did make fun of her tig bitties often. But she also did lots of other things. And she was very charming in other ways rather than just talking about her tits, her chesticles, however you want to talk them. So it's like, let's not get fucking carried away. Like, I appreciate where he's coming. I guess where he's coming, but maybe he just needs to get out more. He's just seen a blonde woman talking something, according to him, not even sexualized,
Going
with a
to my
slight
point
country twang, and he's like, Dolly, that's a dead ringer for Dolly Parton. That is dead ringer.
I think this is a case of a guy who is not getting blown a lot, and also was probably on a microdose of mushrooms that night, because that's a very strange comparison. But also, from the sound bite you used or the quote you made, he's on his high horse and he's trying to make it sound poetic and make sense. And by the way, good for you. You're working for Rolling Stone for the minimest of wages. However, you sound stupid as fuck, dude. Fun fact: Dolly Parton. 2 fun facts. The hair is a wig. She takes that off and she leaves it on a fucking head, and someone else sprays that shit up. And the tits, an enhanced bra. She has admitted that in the 90s. She's just like, yeah, no, this is a character I do. I am not Dolly Parton. I don't remember what her real name is, or maybe her real name is Dolly. However, the big blonde hair and the big blonde titties, not her. Also, she had a third fun fact. She had a sketch show in the late 80s. I don't know if it filtered out to you or if you were even alive then. But a handyman working on the set smacks her ass as he walks by in the opening credits every time, and she's like, and it's like,
just the facts, ma'am.
It was a different time.
Good old days. But yes, I just looked it up. Dolly Parton is indeed her real name.
Well, they are real features.
I don't want to harp on this too, but who watched that Hawk Tuah video and thought, wow, that young lady exudes charm and magnetism?
She's charismatic. No, I'll give it to you. She was charismatic in that video. It went viral for a reason.
I don't know. I think it's just because she's pretending to.
If she was a snaggletooth and one eye was going this way and the other eye's going that way,
that 100% have still went viral. Are you kidding me?
Not at all.
Yes, it would. Like, do you remember? Could you imagine
for different reasons?
Maybe this might be dating myself, because I don't know how long ago this was. But do you remember that woman from? I can't remember what happened. It was like a natural disaster or something. That ain't nobody got time for that woman.
Yeah. Well,
remember her?
Yes.
Imagine if she did
charismatic.
This. Yeah, but I'm saying if she did the Hawk Tuah shit, that shit would have still went viral. Some crazy cat lady on the porch.
I don't think she's a crazy cat lady, but
but I'm just saying.
I see where you're going with this, and also, yes, that would have also gone viral. She's like the woman who goes, "Hey, no, we got time." It's like, all you gotta do is spit on that thing. Yeah. Yes, and yes.
If she's still alive, let's try to make that happen.
I hope so. That wasn't that long ago. What was that? 15 years ago?
I have no idea.
Honest answer.
Anyway, let's move on to the next woman who's trying to make something for herself. Tiffany Butler from Texas recently revealed
Sure sounds hot. I don't know why.
That she has earned over $76,000 over the last 2 years. So not a huge salary, but still.
Over the last
purely by being a full-time dumpster diver.
She's actually earned physical cash from this, or she's just found that much in junk?
So after each dive session, she collects her findings and resells them on the internet.
Okay. All right.
And she's made over $76,000.
That's a hard job. So I live next door to a college. I think I've said this before, but those who were here for the first time, one, welcome. 2, I live next to a college. And yeah, at the end of every winter semester, when we go into the summer, you'll just find like perfectly good desks, like just random, perfectly fine furniture, but they can't take it home with them because they have to leave the dorm and there was nothing to repurpose it with. So, like, yeah, around May, around June, you drive around your neighborhood, you might find like some perfectly fine furniture that you could repurpose or resell, as well this woman just did. So good for her.
Why don't you do it?
Because I literally have no room. There's between this camera and myself, there's 5 feet. The green screen behind me, there's 6 extra inches. Yeah, we don't have any room in this house for furniture to sell.
Fair enough. Forget Etsy then. But she dives at least 2 or 3 times a week. And in her most recent conquest, she says, she found 9 New Balance sneakers, which is an odd number. I don't know what she's going to do with the 9th one. I don't think anyone's going to buy that.
I'm going to imagine they said 9 pairs.
Hopefully, but
that makes more sense
9
than just
New Balance
9.
sneakers.
Yeah.
Water bottles, t-shirts, and socks.
Yeah, sure. Oh, socks? Don't sell socks, bitch. What the fuck is wrong with you?
The items tossed in the garbage were brand new with price tags still attached.
I don't believe you with the socks.
No. She claims to be a strategic dumpster diver, and she climbs only into waste bins located behind high-quality stores.
Okay. She's one of those folks. Yeah, there are locks on the dumpsters now because of people like her.
Yes. Well, it's funny enough, the article that I was reading does end. Despite many misconceptions, dumpster diving is legal in all 50 states. I don't think that was the misconception about dumpster diving. I don't think people, whenever people were hearing people dumpster diving, I don't think the first thought was, is that legal? I'm pretty sure the first thought was, ew, why the fuck are you jumping into dumpsters? Because I don't care, even if you're doing it outside the Gucci store, it's still a dumpster. I'm pretty sure some dodgy shit's in there at some point. I don't know. But yes, but if you're thinking of following her suit, even though it is legal in all 50 states, some states do it because of, like, say, dumpsters that now have locks on them, some of them. So if you do break the lock to get in, that's illegal. That's breaking and entering. You can't do that. So don't do that.
Okay.
But yeah, so food for thought. Food for thought. If you're ever struggling on money, there's dumpsters full of gold, apparently, out there that you can find.
There's a tiny little man who drives a Prius. I'm pretty sure that Prius is like a decade old now, but drives this very nice looking Prius into my garage, and then he dumpster dives for all the recyclables, glass and aluminum if he can afford it, and then he stuffs that in his very nice Prius, and then he puts off to the next dumpster, which is like a block away. And I'm just like,
that's too much effort.
What the? Also.
Because what are you going to get
into like political shit here, but I was like, you literally, I didn't say who he was or what he was, but I was just like, you literally risked your life coming to this country, not a native, to dive into my dumpster and like just scrounge 5 cents a can. Come on, man.
It's not worth it.
That's not the American dream, dudes. That's not the American dream. What the fuck are you doing?
I see them walking around. Them as if they're people, but they're walking around with like shopping carts. It's absolutely like heaped with these plastic bottles and cans and stuff like that.
Damn.
Like they're struggling. They like got shopping carts connected to other shopping carts and big bags.
Sure.
Like it's craziness. Because then you got to go. I'm assuming you got to go to the bank and put them through the hole one by one, right?
No. Well.
Be there all fucking
you
day.
Go to the dispensary or whatever, the collection agency. I don't know what it is anymore. We used to have one in this neighborhood, and then they're just like, we're tired of collecting or dispensing nickels. You weigh the whole goddamn bundle, and then you go like, all right, that's 5 pounds of aluminum. 5 pounds times X is Y. Here is a receipt. Give this receipt to the store right over here, and they will cash you out. That's how that worked out here. I don't know how it works in New Jersey.
That makes a little bit more sense, because that would be fucking mind numbing. Could you imagine that?
No. You would actually take all your recycle to this one specific spot. They'll weigh it. They'll do some math. They'll give you a ticket and say, go to there, and they will give you physical cash for this little piece of paper, and you would. And it's usually not what the effort was worth.
Yeah, just leave the bottles alone. Just find these New Balance sneakers. Boom.
Yeah, again, yeah. So this woman is actually selling like physical goods. Does it say eBay, Etsy, the swap
It
meet?
doesn't say. It doesn't say
It
where.
doesn't say. Who cares? Who cares?
But to be fair, also, I don't know if she has other income or anything like that. But I don't know about Texas. But 76,000 over 2 years is not. It's not great.
She's a hard worker. I will say that much.
I say it's not great. It's
none
great,
of that was easy.
but it's not going to get you by.
She seems to be getting by, but also she probably smells.
She spends all of that money on antiperspirant.
On soap and deodorant, yes.
Maybe she should hook up with that guy from last week, the guy from Connecticut, makes his soap out of his own body fat.
Oh, fucking hell.
Save some money. Boom.
That'd be the most toxic relationship ever.
Last top story, and now I had to bring this up because this might be, because you know how some people who claim to be quote influencers, and
I know that phrase.
Oh, and they
in
bring
theory
out these
we're
like
influencers, but we don't really influence much.
And they always bring out these lists of things, like so. This one was like how to enjoy yourself by not drinking, right?
How dare you?
Which I took personally, quite frankly.
Same.
But it was one of those like, fine, I'll have a look at this list. But it's one of those lists where it's like, if like you Google, what's a good recipe for a mojito? Like, what's a good mojito recipe? And you see the link. Oh, this is the best mojito you'll ever try. Oh, let me click on this, and then the first 5 minutes is spent like. So before we get into the recipe, let's talk about the history of the mojito. And it's like, no, just give us the fucking recipe.
Yeah.
The reason I'm goddamn here. So this one's the same thing. It's a whole bunch of bullshit where she kind of goes into the reasons why she's now sober. And I'm going to be honest, it was a little bit jarring. It caught me off guard.
Too much Hawk Tuah.
Yeah. So Danielle McGaffin has recently opened up about her sober living and how she goes out without drinking alcohol. For those who don't know,
I'm actually interested in that. I am actually interested.
So I don't know if she was making this connection or if she's English, but out became very famous in England by a comedian. I can't remember the name of his top of my head, but he was like, he'd make a joke about, if you popped out and then you went out, which means like you left the house not having the intention of having a night out, but then you went out. And it's a thing. Look it up anyway.
I get it. Yo soy comprende.
So yeah, how she goes out without drinking alcohol. She said that after a tiresome week, she'd always look forward to a weekend of drinking and partying. Who doesn't? But pretty quickly, she noticed she was drinking more and more and ended up in rehab 3 times.
Oh, Jesus Christ, bitch.
3 times.
3 times.
3 times.
3 times, fool.
So some of her tips. See if you like. So, Kush, if you're looking to try to go out, maybe not give up drinking, but maybe drink less. Maybe I want to go out.
Drinking less is a good
maybe
thing.
Once a week when I go out, I'll just stay sober. How am I going to do this, Danielle? Let us know. Tip number 1: find a fabulous outfit.
See, yes.
If you look good, you feel good, and all that good stuff. You don't have to find. Tip 2: bring your own drinks. No, just buy.
They won't let you into the bar with your own drinks.
Yeah, just buy non-alcoholic drinks in the bar. Cheapo. I don't know. Number 3: have a sober buddy. Oh, so you have to try to get someone else to get involved in this. Like, fuck that.
That actually probably does help.
I'm sure it does help, but
that should probably be number 1, honestly.
This is your cross the bear. Don't bring me into it.
Well, you're not sober, so you're not going to be the buddy.
Number 4, drive yourself. That's yeah, I guess, because if you're smart,
I mean,
you're
okay, but you
not
have to
gonna
be
drink
committed
it.
to I'm driving now. I'm not going to be drinking tonight. I guess that's good. I guess that's a good number 2. But you have to stick to it.
Except, Uber and Lyft do exist, so you can't. You
Uber
could
and
be
Lyft
like,
do
oh, fuck it,
exist.
I'll just pick the car up in the morning.
But then you're gonna drink. But anyway. Number 1.
Keep yourself busy. No, this is number 5. This is this is reverse order.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Keep yourself busy with things such as dancing, flirting, or people watching.
All right. She's trying to be a cute chick. Yeah.
I mean, I
Shut
flirt
up.
better when I'm drunk, so that doesn't help. I definitely dance better when I'm drunk, or at least I think I do. Which
You think you do?
Which is
you actually
want to.
dance work.
And then her final tip number 6 of how to go out and enjoy yourselves without drinking is leave early. So how to enjoy a night out is by not having a night out, basically. That's a terrible tip.
We can definitely drop rule number 6. Like, that's dumb. That's just dumb. Otherwise, just don't leave. Just don't leave. How about that? Hey, best ways to enjoy a night without drinking. Don't leave.
Don't drink. Just don't drink. How about
Just
that?
don't
Have some
drink.
fucking willpower.
Fucking hell. Yeah. This is a mixed match. Like, and we went backwards instead of forwards. I thought again. So what I thought was a good number 2 was actually her number 4, and nah.
You didn't get swept up by find yourself a fabulous outfit.
I actually was like, no, that's a good idea.
No, but the thing is, the most fabulous outfit I have is my burgundy suit that I was inspired to purchase after watching Stupid Crazy Love starring Ryan Gosling. And there's
I did not see it going that way.
Where he walks into the bar wearing this burgundy suit, and I'm like, boom, I like that. I'm having that.
Okay.
But now, so my most fabulous outfit reminds me of a famous scene from a bar in a movie where he's drinking, I think, whiskey or maybe an old fashioned. So now I can't even do that. I have to go for my second most fabulous outfit if I want to not drink, which kind of just undermines the whole fucking list.
My most fabulous outfit was a purple Crush imitation velvet blazer that I wore to Redhead Days. I think it was 2018.
Big pimpin'.
It wasn't 2019. It was 2018. And then I left it there. And I'm like, yeah. I had a cape and everything. It was amazing.
Nothing could top this moment, so I'll never wear this again. This
There
now
you go.
belongs to the Netherlands.
There you go. Yeah. I left it inside a bar. I was just like, anyone wants this? That's yours. My cape was confiscated for being too fabulous. That's an actual fact.
Bastards. The fashion police got you.
No, I was complimented. I was like, yes, you may have my cape. I don't want to take it back on the airplane. I want less stuff. I want to come home with less stuff. So
Oh,
yes,
no, you should have
have my
definitely
cape.
boarded the flight home wearing a cape. That'd have been great.
You're not wrong. Maybe 2025. Not gonna happen in 2024. Maybe 2025.
Let's see it happen. Anyway, that was a lot of dumb shit, but let's move on to some other dumb shit with people out
It was
there
fun.
trying to achieve some things in the world and achieving things so great that an Irish brewery rewards them by giving them a piece of paper with their name on it and says you did the thing. It's now time for this week's Dumb World Record of the week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
Speaking of
The
dumb
bubbles.
things, I with all these lights that are on me, probably should have wore a black shirt during the middle of this heat wave. Jesus Christ, it's fucking hot.
You're wearing the lightest black shirt that you could.
That's what I figured, but nope, I'm still baking. I'm sweating like one of those things rotisserie chicken. I feel like a rotisserie chicken right now. Except I'm not spinning. Maybe I should spin. Oh, throwback. I went to Costco and got a rotisserie chicken, as I always do. It's, it'd be wrong not to. They're only, what, $4.99? How can you not get a rotisserie chicken from Costco when you go to Costco? But do you
Jealous.
remember, I don't know if you remember, but I thought of you when I bought the rotisserie chicken because you were saying the rotisserie chickens in Costco's are now coming in bags.
Yeah,
And I was like,
Eric.
no, they're not, because in New Jersey, they're still in their regular old containers. This motherfucker was in a fucking plastic bag. And I was like, God damn it, Kush. So I blamed you for me having to awkwardly carry this plastic bag full of cooked chicken and juice.
The plastic bag, it makes it feel less than. I don't know,
It's less
but the
glamorous.
container isn't good either. Like,
No, but when you're trying to, so normally I would just like open the top of the container and start chopping the chicken up. Do. But now I have to kind of like reach into this plastic bag, pick up this whole chicken carcass and slop it onto another thing and then cut it up and then either put it into another container or put it back in the plastic bag. And it was just a whole messy situation. It really did. You know what? I'll be honest. Next time I go to Costco, I might not buy a rotisserie chicken.
Oh shit! Shots fired.
Yeah, that's what you may have lost $5, Costco. See how you survive now in this tough economy.
Yo soy comprendo. I understand.
Anyway, let's talk about this guy. Oh shit, I forgot this. This is the problem when I set up this. Because sometimes if I find something good earlier in the week, I'll pop it in the show notes. So I did this bit about 5 days ago. Totally forgot about this. And this guy who broke this Guinness World Record is a resident of Fuzhou, Fujian, China.
Oh, okay.
And his name is Chen Xiaoping.
Okay. I don't have anything in front of me to help correct you, but
so I believe
good.
like his surname begins Xiao, which I believe is
Xiao.
like Xiao.
Xiao.
And then Qing, King, Xiao King.
Xiao King. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think you
nailed that. Fucking nailed it. Anyway, he recently broke the Guinness World Record for most spins of a mobile phone on one finger in 1 minute.
Fascinating.
So for visual
it
reference,
always comes to like, how did he come to this decision? Who did someone do this before him?
So if you're thinking like the Harlem Globetrotters, what they would do like they would obnoxiously spin that basketball on their finger whilst I can't remember what the other team was
I learned
called.
how to do it with football. Yeah.
Who's the other team that always plays against the Harlem Globetrotters? The mean one.
The Washington Generals.
Oh, and the head coach is always he's such a dick. I want to boo him so bad. So yeah, he took his mobile phone, stuck it on his finger, and span it for the most rotations. Now, it does say in the article that the phone drops from his finger several times during the attempt. So I don't think it has to be in one. So according to the Guinness World Records, it doesn't have to be a continuous spin. It just has to, the clock is started. You have 1 minute to spin that shit as many times as you fucking can on one finger. So if it drops, you can pick it up, spin it again, start spinning again. Which I don't. Yeah, I know. If you're listening to this version of the podcast rather than watching it, Kush has this face like someone has just shat in their underwear, and he's like pressed up against them on the train, and he's like just smelling that stuff. And he knows, I recognize this person. They get off in the same stop as I do, so I'm gonna have to be stuck next to this person for the entire journey home. So not only is his nose offended, his whole entire soul and sensibility is offended by this situation. He wants to get off this train, this bus.
I'll walk the rest of the way, or wait for the next one.
He's so offended right now. But yeah, that's the rules. This is why we can't trust a brewery to be in charge of this kind of thing. Especially Irish. And yes, as we've already pertained, I'm half Irish, so I can make fun of Irish people. It's fine. We're drunks. We're morons. But anyway, so even after dropping the phone a few times, Chen remained calm and spun the phone. So even after dropping it a couple of times, in 1 minute, he was able to spin his phone 320 rotations on his finger. That's pretty fucking quick.
Now, is someone there counting that, or do they just record it and then they just counted the rotations through the video? Like, again,
Funnily
300
enough,
plus rotations in a minute, whether you dropped it once or 7 times. Very impressive. But still.
I'm gonna hazard a guess that the person writing the article lost interest and kind of like, I don't have any follow-up questions. I don't give a shit.
Same as it is every week.
So I don't know, but yeah, I have to imagine there's some kind of high quality camera involved where they're filming it and then they slow it down. But there you go. So
we should quit our Waffle Box job and just start writing articles about Guinness World Records. Just like, yeah, did you know a snail went 7 meters in under a minute? It's the fastest a snail's ever run. I don't have any footage of that.
Trust me, bro. Source, trust me, bro. We tried to get a quote from the snail, but he obnoxiously turned away and slowly walked. Like he was too good for us. No, now he's a world record holder.
And walked away, slithered off.
What a bastard. Anyway, so yeah, congratulations to Chen Xiaoqing of China for breaking the Guinness World Record for most spins of a mobile phone on one finger in 1 minute. You achieved some stuff. Anyway, still to come on this week's Waffle Box. We've got this week's birthday Blackjack, the first birthday Blackjack of August 2024. Ooh, shiny new month. So good. And then Kush will be talking about M. Night Shyamalan, bam, bam, la la la.
Was that an ABBA song?
Bam. No, it was I don't know. I don't care.
That's okay. Honestly.
It was from the Guardians of the Galaxy soundtrack. I remember that. Wham, bam, M. Night Shyamalan. Anyway. So there, Trap. We're talking about Trap and all that good stuff, the usual stuff coming up. After this short break, stick around.
Hey kiddos, are your hands constantly getting covered in peanut butter and jelly whenever you're hungry? You need yourself some bread. Bread. Keeping sandwiches neat and tidy for over 12,000 fucking years. An official partner of the Waffle Box podcast.
Place your bets. It's now time for birthday Blackjack.
I also like to live dangerously.
Yes, welcome back to Waffle Box episode 161, and welcome to the August 7th edition of the birthday Blackjack. As always, here's how we play the game. I'm going to give you 5 celebrities that are celebrating their birthdays on this very day, and you have to guess how old they are with your score being made from your margin of error. Example, you suggest someone is 38 when they're actually 36. You're 2 years out, so you scored 2 points. And the aim of the game is to try to stay at 21 or below throughout the 5. Therefore, you win Blackjack. Perfect. You'll be playing against this man who's giving him some sick moves. Mr. Kush Hayes, who is currently record 10 and 13. Not too bad, not too bad.
Better than I thought I would have ever done, honestly.
I always forget this. The final rule is if you guess the age correctly, spot on.
Perfect.
You get to negate 5 points. You can take 5 points off your overall score. Marvelous. Are you ready, Kush?
I'm ready. I can't wait. This is like my birthday week, so I love it.
Oh.
Number 1.
Number 1 is actor, star of Seinfeld. He was also on Third Rock from the Sun. He was also a voice in Toy Story. And I also believe he was in the original Jurassic Park.
Yes, Wayne Knight.
Mr. Wayne Knight. Mr. Wayne Knight. How old is Wayne Knight on this very day?
Older than me, but I think if I'm now 46, he's like 57.
You're going 57.
He's definitely older than me.
He is definitely older than you. I'll give you that.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Mr. Wayne Knight on this day turns 69 years old.
Shit. Damn.
Which gives you a
Not a
starting
good start.
score. 12 points. Not very good.
Well, it's not 13.
That is true. Always look on the bright side. Let's see if you can improve on this. Maybe you get one perfect score to bring you back in the game.
That'd be great, right?
Number 2.
Number 2.
British rock legend and lead singer of Iron Maiden, Mr. Bruce Dickinson.
I know Iron Maiden. I don't know Bruce Dickinson, but I couldn't name an Iron Maiden song either. I know the character.
The clue is, I guess they're not a recent band. They've been around for a while.
It's a very not recent band. I also know the mascot or the logo of Iron Maiden more than I know Iron Maiden. Anyways, having said all that, I mean, if Wayne Knight is 69, this dude's like 72.
Go 72. Bruce Dickinson.
72. Yeah.
Bruce Dickinson turns. He's actually younger than Wayne Knight. He's 66 years old.
Shut up.
So
Fascinating.
that gets you a score of 6. So you're already up to 18.
Ooh.
After 2.
Ooh.
Not the end of the world, but it's not great either. I'll be
Not
honest.
at all. No, it's bad. It's very bad. Don't do it.
Let's see if you can get better.
Number 3.
Number 3 is quarterback for the Philadelphia Seagulls.
Seagulls.
Yeah, fuck Philly. I've never said their name. I always call them the Seagulls.
Okay. I understand. Yo sé comprende.
Jalen Hurts.
I don't know
How
who
old
that
is
is.
Jalen Hurts?
42. I don't know who that is.
Well, okay. Let's be serious, Mr. Hayes.
I'm being serious. I don't
He's
know
a
who he
current
is.
quarterback of the Philadelphia Seagulls.
Oh, he's much younger then. 27. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for giving me that option.
You're very welcome.
If he's active, he's probably still 27.
Jalen Hurts turns 26.
Ah!
So you're only one out on that one. So you're
Son of a
still in the
bitch.
game.
Son of a bitch.
You got 2 more to go. You're up to 19 points. So you have to get these very close or get one spot on.
I need to get spot on. I need to get spot on.
Punch you my mark.
Soleil Moon Fry in this? Soleil Moon Fry in this?
Number 4.
No.
Number 4, star of the X-Files and 90s heartthrob, Mr. David Duchovny.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know we're that close. Duchovny is like 63.
David Duchovny. 63 is the official guess.
Yeah.
He was a fantastic hand model in Zoolander. If you want more reference on that one. You get 63. David Duchovny turns 64 today. You are holding on. You are living on a prayer.
This is me rolling ahead.
This all comes down to the 5th and final birthday.
Number 5.
Another actor and Academy Award winner, Michael Shannon.
Oh, fascinating.
For those playing at home, let me
Literally doing the
Michael
beautiful mind stuff right now. It's like just numbers and mathematic equations are just floating past me right now. Like Michael Shannon, 52. He's up there, but he's not old. But he's up there.
I just looked up his Wikipedia account to try to give up, some famous things that he was in.
Yeah.
Can you guess? You're not going to get any bonus points for this, but can you guess Michael Shannon's very first movie credit?
Fuck, I in theory I know this, but it's not coming straight to mind. It's something stupid too, like an Austin Powers movie or the Super Mario Brothers film. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know. I did know it, but I don't.
He played a young whimsical man with his beautiful girlfriend at a dance named Fred in Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day. Yeah, we're going to WrestleMania.
Incredible stuff. Wait, what was your guess anyway?
I said 2 other movies that weren't even close. It doesn't even matter.
But how old is he?
52.
52. Mr. Hayes, Mr. Michael Shannon is 50, which means you end up with a score of 22.
Oh my God.
Which means, unfortunately, even though you clawed back like a motherfucker this week,
damn,
you are a loser.
Sascha's life. It happens. There's always next week. So
But who would have
14?
thunk? 10 and 14. Who would have thought after 2 celebrities you had a score of 18 and you would end up with 22?
Yeah, right. That was that first one.
I think you deserve a little golf clap there. It was
Thank
good
you.
effort. Good effort.
This is me applauding you guys back. Thank you.
So you came you were the podcast game show equivalent of a man who could have won gold if it wasn't for his dick being too big. Like, you're so close. So close.
It happens. It happens.
There you go. Let us know how you played at home in the YouTube section, the comment section. Let us know your score, or if you're listening to the audio version, find us on Twitter at Waffle Box and let us know your score. And
I don't think that's my first time getting 22. I think that's happened like one other time where we're just like, I just stumbled at the goal line.
If I do get bored, I might go back to all 24 episodes that we played.
You should be giving notes
maybe
for
like
this show.
have like a chart where we can work out like your average score and all that stuff.
Although one of
like
the
real nerd shit
Serve
into it.
Squad could put together a Wikipedia page and keep track of this.
Waffle Box
Throwing the challenge out there. Serve
Blackjack.
Squad, you're here. You're with us. You've been watching 161 episodes. Come
Get
on.
involved.
Please,
Get
por favor.
involved.
Me exclusive.
So yeah, that wraps up this week's Birthday Blackjack. We'll be back next week for August 14th. So see you next week. But continuing on with Waffle Box episode 161, it's now time to dive into the sordid world of Yelp reviews in this week's Strip Club Yelp reviews.
I love this.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Lust and Regret.
Get those dollar bills ready.
This week's Strip Club Yelp reviews.
Yes, welcome one and all to this week's Strip Club Yelp reviews, where we dive deep into the sordidness that is the Yelp review section of many of this country's fine gentlemen establishments. This week, we head over to San Francisco, California. And we went to a couple of strip clubs this week.
That's my birthday.
The first one we go to is a club called Condor. Are you familiar with Condor?
I'm very familiar with the Condor. I love the Condor. The
Have you
Condor is
been?
actually like the safest club you could go to. There's still some chicks that pressure you. However, there's a bar. You can watch baseball, football, whatever sport is on TV at the time, and you can just enjoy yourself. It's a strip club, so the drinks are more expensive than they are in just a normal bar. So be prepared for that. And this review, Mike Fish, what do you got for us?
Well, the first review for Condor comes from Janice C, who writes,
I don't know.
I don't know which is worse. The stripper who looked like she was high on drugs and couldn't work the pole right, or the MILF with stretch marks?
Oh, rude.
I swear on my boss's life, right? So she's not even swearing on her life; she's swearing on her boss's life, which
Well, she doesn't like her boss.
we don't. Yeah, we don't know the relationship between her and her boss. She could be like, "Fuck, I hope she dies." Swear on my boss's life that I only ended up there because they were playing Justin Timberlake's Suit and Tie. So she was walking down the street apparently and heard this album playing.
That happens.
Is Suit and Tie? Suit and Tie is a song, is it, or is it an album?
I don't know the song, but I know people just come because they heard a good song. You still have to pay a cover charge depending on what time it is, but yeah, I know that happens.
So Mr. JT wooed her into this gentleman's club, and she continues by saying that she really dug the chick who could do the wooty thing with her legs in a split. What's the wooty thing?
I'm imagining she's laying on her lower back, not even her butt, on her lower back, and just spreads her legs.
Do the wooty with her legs in a split? I don't know. Someone explain.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm lost on what the wooty is, but that's the first thing that came to my mind.
So she made it rain here on a Sunday night. Happy freaking birthday, Peter. 3 stars. So I'm guessing Peter's a boss's name. Maybe? I don't know.
Probably.
So many questions. Anyway, let's see what Juan thinks of Condor.
Okay.
He writes, just weirdly awful.
Oh.
2 cute girls out of maybe 8 we saw on a Friday night, mind you. One girl was embarrassingly unattractive. That's mean. No one wanted to make eye contact while she was on stage. The kicker is an old guy sharply dressed in a suit gets on stage with a mop to pile up the stripper's cash after each dancer, then lackadaisically counts it up and hands it to them like a pimp Bob Barker.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So that last part with the guy in the suit, that's not wrong. It's a weird situation where a dude in a suit, he works for the club, will literally get a dry mop and mop up all the cash and then put it in a little container. He might count it up for her, but yeah, that's a weird thing that happens there.
I want to see what a pimp Bob Barker looks like.
Oh, I'll talk to you after the show.
What did he do? What did Bob Barker? Was he Price is Right?
The Price is Right.
Oh, that'd be good. So could you imagine though if he comes out with his little pimp suit because he sounds like a pimp Bob Barker with the little weirdly thin microphone, and that's how he introduces the strippers.
That'd be amazing. No, there's a guy.
Chastity, come on down, and she looks so excited. She runs down through the crowd. That'd be great.
So when you said chastity, you said it in the way that a stripper DJ would say chastity. 2, that guy's in a booth buried in the wall, and I think it's a filter on the microphone because I have heard that voice, that specific voice, that cadence from a white guy, from a black guy, and from a Chinese guy. And I'm just like, oh my God. For a while there, I was like, is it the same guy? No. It's all a different guy. But for whatever reason, chastity. That's I swear to God, that's some sort of filter on the microphone that produces that voice.
But yeah, I know they frown upon people taking photos inside of strip clubs, but if anyone in San Francisco can somehow, if this guy is still there, if they can send me a photo of Pimp Bob Barker from Condor in San Francisco, I would be very happy. That'd be great. Final Condor review.
Condor is bad. Okay.
Steve W. writes, Anyway, quote, the Condor is one of my favorite clubs on Broadway. I spend almost as much time as I do money there.
Oh, that's embarrassing. I like that place, but that's embarrassing.
But does it mean? But what does it mean? Like as much time as I do money there? So what is that? Like a $1 a minute? $1 an hour?
Let's say $1 a minute.
Let's go with $1 a minute. I'm so glad to see the Friday DJ is no longer there. Oh, he was a washed-up, dirty old man who wore eyeliner and a ponytail to cover up his bald spot. His voice sounded like it was. His voice sounded like he was coaxing children to his van with candy.
Oh,
It'll be much
that's
easier to
on
enjoy the
you,
sexy
Steve
ladies
W.
without him there. Yeah, why's your
That's
mind
on you,
going
Steve
there,
W.
Steve?
That's on you, Steve W. No es bueno. No me gusta.
Now, why are you in a strip club watching young ladies take their clothes off and you're thinking of some creepy man in the van? Just enjoy yourself, buddy.
Yeah.
Stop focusing on the DJ. You're
Yeah,
focusing
what's
on the
wrong
wrong
with you, dude?
things.
I think, yeah, that dude's all bad. I like the Condor. We're in San Francisco. I'm in San Francisco. The Condor is in San Francisco. I like the Condor. It is technically the first topless strip club in the world. So they
What?
say in the world. A documentary just came out back in May about a woman named Carol Doda, who was the first topless dancer.
What?
I'm taking all this with a lot of grain of salt. However, Carol Doda was she was a main infrastructure of San Francisco. And apparently her just taking her top off one night, like, influenced all this shit happening, like, across the world, where, like, someone's like, there was a fashion designer in Paris who was like, I got this thing for it's like a bikini, but it's not a bikini, but your pussy's covered up, but your titties are showing, but it's all one unit. It's, I don't know.
Mankini.
A unikini? A mankini? Sure, whatever. He figured out, like, oh, there's this woman in San Francisco taking her clothes off. I'll send her this piece of clothing I made, and that started the bikini revolution. Anyway, the documentary is Carol Doda, blah 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 blah. I'm sorry, that's terrible.
Just to me, right? So is it 4 blahs or 5 blahs? I just want to make sure I'm
Let's
finding
just
this
say 3
right.
blahs,
3 blahs,
you
okay.
know, or 1 blah and put a little 3 up there. Blah cubed.
Blah cubed.
Blah cubed. Yeah, I'm sorry. A lot of people like to think that she's a feminist icon, but at the time, I literally think she was just
wanted to
smoking
skip
dope
money.
with the jazz band, and someone was like, "Hey, Carol, you know, it'd be really cool tonight. What if you just took your top off tonight?" And she went, "Okay, I guess. If you really think that'll be okay, like, yeah, I'll take my top off." And then she did, and the world lost its fucking mind.
I'm telling you, she was crushed to death under singles.
Well, she died of cancer and old age. But speaking of people being crushed, there's a historic legend out of the Condor where the guy who was promoting the bar at the time, or owned the bar, you take your pick, he was fucking one of the strippers there because it finally became a strip club. The Condor used to be a jazz club. Go there, see a band, have a drink, have a martini. Oh, and then one night Carol Doda just took her top off. Years later, this guy is having sex with a stripper, and some people think it was a mafia hit. Other people think, like, oh, they just got a little too wild and hit the retract button on the floor, and all of a sudden the piano started rising up to the ceiling, and, well, he got decapitated. She was in the hospital for a while.
Wait, how did he get decapitated by piano?
Gears crushing you going into the ceiling.
Oh, so he was like underneath the stage, I guess.
You know what? You'll watch the documentary and figure it out for yourself, but or Google it.
Carol Doherty.
That's a Condor legend. Otherwise, the Condor again was a actual club. It wasn't a strip club. It was just a club where you would listen to music, see a comedian, have a martini, take your best girl out. But you would see lots of dead names here, by the way. Bob Newhart, Richard Pryor. I think Steve Martin went there. God damn it. Who's the other guy that's in trouble these days? George Carlin. He's dead, but not in trouble.
He's dead.
But like you would go there, and in between dances, just a comedian just like, hey, knock knock, who's there? Get the rest of it. Anyways, the Condor, legendary bar, San Francisco. I'm so happy you didn't pull up one of my reviews.
Well, we have one more review, but this one we've gone down.
Oh, goddamn!
We've gone to a different part of town where we got to Centerfolds in San Francisco.
I know Centerfolds too.
So this one, so Steve W. If Steve W is focusing too much on the wrong thing, then wait till you hear what Mark G has said about Centerfolds.
Steve W. Scaring me.
I went here for my bachelor party, and all I could think was, these poor girls, I bet they came from broken homes.
Maybe it's Centerfolds, but still, like, Centerfolds is a pretty top. It's a pretty high class club.
Why are you
No
thinking
drinks
about
are
the
served
backgrounds
there.
of the
It's
girls?
fully nude. Yeah, no, those bitches demand top dollar from you. They demand you a tip for entering the place.
Anyway, so yeah, he's thinking about these poor girls. I bet they come from broken homes. This, I am aware of, is not the attitude to have when walking into a strip joint. To add to this, I'm aware that this is not the attitude to have when walking into a strip joint during my bachelor party. Correct. You've at least you're self-aware, Mark. After convincing myself to have a little fun and stop thinking about these girls' upbringing, I still was disappointed. We were there on a Saturday night, yet we didn't see anything good. It was pretty tame and boring. The only person in our group that got any action was my best man. My best man was a woman. Why do lesbians have more fun? End of review. So much to unpack there.
A lot to unpack there. Centerfolds is like top notch, dude. If you're in Centerfolds, you're seeing the highest of the highs in North Beach. There's a couple of clubs sprinkled out through San Francisco outside of North Beach, but Centerfolds, maybe the Hustle Club, Penthouse, which used to also be called Boys Toys. That's how old I am. Yeah, like those were the spots where like you went to get the high end tail. So the fact that he was like, everyone was ugly here is like, you're out of your goddamn mind.
Why do lesbians have more fun?
Well, the
No,
lesbians
it sounds
always
like
have
everyone
more
has
fun
more fun than
because
you,
the
Mark.
strippers have or feel more safer around the lesbians.
I think Mark's a miserable cunt.
Mark's probably a miserable cunt. Yeah, I think you're correct about that.
Still, he gave it 2 stars, so it wasn't all bad, I guess.
Jesus, no, it was apparently terrible. Yeah, 2 stars. At Centerfolds, I don't like Centerfolds, but again, like the women there expect way more than I'm prepared to give. And I was like, I was at Centerfolds once upon a time with a friend who was a certified germaphobe, and then I looked over
Strip
to
club's
my
not the
left.
place to go if you're a germaphobe.
Yes, and this cunt was also sharing his vape pen with her, and I was like, "Hey, man, when the dude I recommend to help us out is just coughing around you, you can't be upset about that, especially since you. By the way, it's still Centerfolds, but I don't mean to put this on this woman who I don't even remember. I just remember she's tall, skinny, and blonde. She probably sucks dick for a living. So you're sharing your vape pen with her. You can't get mad at my friend for coughing or saying like, I might have caught a cold yesterday.
If you're lucky, that's all you got. I'm sure I've told you this story before, but I remember once I was in Vegas playing on the slot machines when a young lady comes up to me and asks me for a cigarette. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll give you a cigarette. I'm a nice guy. I'm here. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm drinking. I'm enjoying Vegas. And then suddenly she starts making conversation with me, asking, where I'm from, what I'm here for, what I'm in town for, blah, 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 blah. And she's, oh, are you with anyone else? And I said, yeah, we've got some people here from work, yada, yada, yada. And she goes, oh, hey, you guys looking for a good time? And I was like, okay.
Was she smacking a fucking handful of like paper flyers?
No.
Oh, okay, okay.
So she was basically soliciting for something, which again,
I had that experience also.
No judgment. I'm not judging her, but I was like, no, I'm good. I'm not interested. And she was like, oh, okay, no worries. And then she proceeds to take the cigarette out of her mouth, hands it to me, and says, do you want the cigarette back? I was like, nah, I'm good.
Wow.
You can keep that. That's your present.
That's
your
your
gift.
cigarette. No, man. Wow. Wow. What in the hell? That's
Could you imagine
I
getting
can't.
some kind of sexually transmitted disease from a prostitute, but all you did was share a cigarette? That'd be the most miserable thing ever.
No, and like once you like she literally asked you for us the cigarette. You gave her the cigarette. That's her cigarette forever. And she was just like, well, he's not gonna fuck me. He's not gonna give me money to fuck me. I guess I'll give him his cigarette back. Like, that's an interesting mindset. That has never I've bummed. I haven't had a cigarette in 10 years, but I've bummed out many cigarettes over the 20 I did, and that has never happened to me. And I'm just like, holy fucking shit. I'm terrified of someone like, so you want the cigarette back? Like, no. No, I do not. Random person, hooker, stripper, etc., etc. No. No, thank you.
She went along her merry way. But I was wondering, even if I was inclined to say, yeah, I'm looking for a good time, do I want to have a good time with someone on a 6 a.m. shift? I don't know.
Maybe.
But it's Vegas. Vegas 24
It's
hours, I
Vegas.
guess, so who knows? She might have been good. She might have been good at it.
I got solicited in Vegas one time, the last time I was there. First time I was there? I don't remember. Anyway, I was on my way back to the hotel. I was just like, I'm gonna grab my digital camera, as opposed to my cell phone, which could take pictures, which it didn't. Those two things did not intersect at the time in this story. So I'm gonna go. I'm tired of gambling. I lost everything. I don't have anything else to do. I'm gonna go take some photos of Las Vegas on the Strip at night, and just ran into a random blonde girl who was yay tall. And I was like, okay, how you doing? Whatever. Blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden she laid the rap down to me. I was like, oh, you're a hooker. Yeah, no, I'm not judging, guys. I don't give a shit. Maybe we should make this show legal. Maybe we should make this legal. But
amen. Amen to that.
Not my thing. Not my thing. Not my thing. However, I was just like, what the wow. I was stunned at the time. Also, again, it was Las Vegas and she lived there, so her one eye went this way and the other went that way, and I was like, oh yeah. But she wasn't dressed like a hooker. She was dressed like a normal chick. And I was like, what the fuck is happening here? Like, I gotta go now.
Fantastic.
Maybe we should do Vegas next week.
Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
San
I mean,
Francisco
that's a topic for another time. But yeah, I don't understand why prostitution is illegal. Like, if someone wants to pay for sex, let them. Who the fuck are you to say? All right, man.
Anyways.
Come on, Kamala. Joby.
Don't come in. Don't
make it happen. Make it happen. Anyway, so that wraps up this week's Strip Club Yelp review. Perhaps next time we might be from Viva Las Vegas. Who knows? Anyway, from one set of reviews to the next.
Oh, hey, it's me.
It's now time for Kush to review a movie in a segment that we like to call Kush's Movie a Review.
Kush's Movie Review.
This week's movie review is Trap, a movie, a spin-off of Star Wars, where it's the origins of that one guy who's just going, it's a trap! And there's Admiral Akbar's spin-off Star Wars story. It's starring Bruce Willis as Admiral Akbar, voice only, because it's too much. It's always a lot of CGI, and it's also starring Wesley Snipes as
Not Dean
someone
Cain?
else.
Should
Yeah,
we
Dean
get Dean
Cain.
Cain? Let's get Dean Cain in
Let's
here.
make a Dean Cain reference since apparently he's popular according to our YouTube results from last week. But we'll listen to the story for another time. Yes. So yeah, is that this? No, that's not what it's about. This is an M Night Shyamalan weird movie. And Kush, you saw it recently. What did you think?
Wildly disappointed.
Shock.
I think this is a thing now with low budget M Night Shyamalan. I think every other one is good, and maybe that's been a thing since the beginning. Everyone loved The Sixth Sense, but then The Village, incredibly upsetting, disappointing. But then Signs came up, and like I was like, oh, this is the best movie. Signs is still the best movie outside of this review. Inside of this review. Also, we are talking about Trap. It is PG-13. 1 hour, 45 minutes. God damn it, dude. That third act, again, we're talking about 105 minutes, people. This third act is dragging. It's dragging the Marianas Trench. That's how much it's dragging. You're just like, oh God, why are we still here? Like, the trailer was very, very intriguing. A serial killer is taking his daughter to the hottest pop artist's concert. He's doing dad-daughter shit, but he's still a serial killer. For some reason, everybody knows there's a serial killer at this goddamn concert. The police have blocked the entire arena off. So if you go out of the doors, you're going to get arrested just for being a man. During the concert, random men are being arrested for being a man.
A man.
A man.
A man.
They actually drop a stat on us in this movie where there was 26,000 people at this concert. 3,000 of them were men.
Men.
So I'm just like, really? Also, okay. Anyway, this stars Josh Hartnett, Ariel Donahue, who I think is a newcomer. Maybe she's been in a couple of things, but like that's daughter. And then M. Night Shyamalan's daughter himself is Saliha Shyamalan. Shyamalan? Even phonetically, I will fuck that name up forever. I'm sorry. Josh Hartnett, everyone keeps pretending he just came back, but he's been around for the last 4 years. He was a teenage heartthrob in the late 90s, early 2000s, and then retired for whatever reasons he had. I did not read the Rolling Stone article. However, he came back like 4 years ago. But he came back 4 years ago, so we should stop pretending that Josh Hartnett is new to the game again. He's been doing this. Great goddamn job, by the way, Josh Hartnett. Like, I was just like, yo, I'm here for this. I'm enjoying this. I thought the entire movie, based on the trailer, would take place at the concert. But you know what? At some point, we leave the concert. And then things actually get exciting. Like, things are exciting. I'm intrigued the entire time. Again, per the trailer, we know that dad is a serial killer. He's got a collection of bodies. Daughter has no idea about that. And, you know, daddy-daughter moments, they're very cute. He does some dad jokes. She's like, come on, Dad, we gotta go. I gotta see my favorite bar. The girl who plays Riley, Ariel Donahue, she's very good. She actually might be the best actress, best actor, best actress in this movie. Dude, this thing falls apart in the third act. And like I said, the first act is we're at the concert. The second act is we leave the concert And there's been a lot of buildup. There's a lot of tension. There's a lot of times where I'm on the edge of my seat, just going like, where are we going from here? Like, how? One, I'm not rooting for the bad guy, but how does the bad guy escape any of this? He figures it out. He figures it out. You don't have to worry about that. It's not a spoiler. They leave the concert. The artist involved, who is Shyamalan's daughter, Saleha, she's actually like a gifted musician in real life. So on Facebook, I've been seeing a lot of bullshit where no one loves this movie, but plenty of people are happy to shit on this thing, and they're also like going like, "Oh, I think this movie was to like promote M. Night Shyamalan's daughter with her bullshit pop music career." She's actually been doing this for like a decade now. No one knows that. It's really strange and kind of sad. And by the way, she sings all of the music. How original it is, I'm not sure, but she does a really good job with it. And then for someone who has been kidnapped by a torturer, mass murderer, I was there. I thought it was good. I thought she did a good job. Anyways, everything falls apart in the third act. We're not going to get into all that. And then I want to talk about some crowd control within the theater. Will you allow me that, Mike Fish?
Go for it.
Yeah, hey, the dude to my right, I super duper appreciate that you like were all lounged out, that you're hiding your phone behind your knee. Knock that shit off. The dude to my left, why are you, if you have to look at your phone every 3 goddamn minutes for the time or a text, please leave. And then the motherfucker behind me, who had the best time of everybody. This one, I'm not giving this movie a good review, unfortunately. I'm getting to that in a second here. But you're allowed to have a great time. This dude had the best time of everybody. Out of 5 stars, this guy had a 6-star review because he's just clapping at everything and going, "Yes, we need to do that." And like at one point, Josh Hartnett and a random person who is a hostage are sitting in a car, and the garage door opens up, and then there's just random 3 people that are not the police, and he's like, "Yes!" And like, hey, man, I'm also enjoying this. I'm trying to enjoy this, but you're having way too much fun. Like, people are shushing him. People are going, "Hey, would you please be quiet?" Like, wild stuff, dude. This is one of the weirdest interactions I've ever had in the theater. Not going to get into the third act. Are you familiar with an actress named Haley Mills, Mike Fish?
Haley Mills. The top of my head, no, but
That's okay. We want the top of your head. We don't want you Google searching, but you Google that search.
Oh, she's British.
Is she? I didn't know that. Haley Mills was an actress from like the 1960s, and I think her biggest thing was a Disney film called The Parent Trap, where she's one person but had to play 2 people and was
From
doing that split screen
1961.
61. Fascinating. Yeah, so they did the whole thing where like one actress is playing 2 people in the same scene. Anyway, she plays the generic Dr. Loomis from Halloween in this movie. And the only thing I can gather from that is like, oh, this movie is called Trap, and she was in a movie called The Parent Trap. There was a couple sequels. So that's why we booked her. I can't fathom anything other than, because she's not bad, but she's not memorable. In fact, if you're younger than us, in fact, if people are younger than you, Mike Fish, no one knows that this woman was in a Disney movie from 1961. Anyways, I was on the edge of my seat for the first 2/3 of this movie. And then that third act of this 105-minute drama just dragged and dragged and dragged and dragged and dragged. I would love to give this a 4-star review. I cannot. I'm giving this 2. I was going to give this a 3. No, I'm giving this 2 stars. It was not good. So much potential, so much wasted. I enjoyed Knock at the Cabin last year. In theory, based on mathematical statistics, I will enjoy the next M. Night Shyamalan movie next year. But no, there was so much potential here, and they dropped the ball at the 1-yard line. It was not good. So, 2 out of 5 for Trap.
Did you know
I didn't.
that Hayley Mills, who was in the original Parent Trap, did you know she went on to star in 3 other Parent Trap movies?
I knew it was 2 about 2 of them.
So she starred in the Parent Trap, the Parent
Disney
Trap
Channel
2
originals.
in 1986, Parent Trap 3 in 1989, and later in 1989, Parent Trap Hawaiian Honeymoon. Ooh.
Those last 2 were Disney Channel as opposed to Disney Plus.
Oh, yeah,
Disney
Disney
Channel
Plus
originals.
wasn't a thing in 1989.
I know. But Disney Channel was still a thing, and I'm still confused by Disney Plus. So, anyways, yes. Those last 2 were actual...
I just ever since I remember I went to see The Happening in the movie theaters.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. And ever since whenever I see from a new film from M. Night Shyamalan, I'm like, fuck this guy. Like, I'm not giving that man a cent of my money. That movie was so bad.
I somehow came across a bootleg of The Village, and I was like, I'm so excited to see this. Like, it's a camera bootleg, so someone in the theater had a video camera taping the screen, and then you're just getting the reactions of the crowd, and maybe you hear the audio of the movie. And I tolerated it because that can also be fun. Horrible goddamn movie, to the point where it was like, I fell asleep the first time, and then the second time I watched, I forced myself to watch it. Horrible goddamn time. So I've been judging based on my assessment from 1997, 1998. He's doing every other one is good, but sometimes I don't even see the ones that are bad. I'm just like, that looks stupid. Lady in the Water, I'm talking to you.
Through looking at his Wikipedia page, there is one I do want to kind of see. That a year before The Sixth Sense, M. Night Shyamalan wrote and directed a comedy drama starring Rosie O'Donnell. Did you know that?
Is that East of Eden?
No, it's called Wide Awake.
I don't know that.
Yeah, and it looks like, just judging by the poster, it looks like it's in the same vein as like Big, that kind of wacky mid-90s coming of age comedy / drama. M. Night Shyamalan did that, and then I guess he thought, fuck this, I'll do some weird shit now.
Strong pass.
Trap from M. Night Shyamalan, 2 out of 5.
2 out of 5.
It's if you like M. Night Shyamalan, you'll probably like this. If you don't, it's shit.
There's a lot of people that are enjoying this, and I'm happy for you, but then there are a lot of people that are just shitting on this, and it's like, I think you just made this movie to like emphasize that his daughter's a singer, and like, you know, it's a small budget movie, and guess what? His daughter is very talented. Yeah, Shalala, probably butchered her name. Very attractive lady, but also very great singer. No, she did every song in this movie.
Ugh. Sick of it already. There you go. Trap, 2 out of 5.
0 to 5. No, but no espoino.
No espoino. Well, let's wrap up this week's Waffle Box, giving you all the warm and fuzzy feels in the side with this week's feel-good story of the week.
That's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
This week's feel-good story comes to us from California. Yay. So California often has wildfires. You might be shocked to find this one out, Kush. So in the midst of a chaotic evacuation due to a raging wildfire in the remote area above Butte County, B-U-T-T-E, Butte County, California, as residents were hurriedly fleeing the encroaching flames, one individual's truck became disabled, forcing him to make the difficult decision to leave behind 2 adult Rottweilers and their puppies. The owner, deeply concerned for their pets, provided the responders with the truck's location. However, the area was engulfed in flames, making immediate access impossible. Undeterred, Mr. Trevor Skaggs, a dedicated member of the Butte County Sheriff's Office search and rescue team, sprang into action. Skaggs boarded a BCSO helicopter and flew into the perilous area. Upon landing, he embarked on a grueling 1.5-mile run to reach the stranded animals. When he arrived, he found the mother Rottweiler and her puppies alive, but exhausted and extremely thirsty. Heartbreakingly, the puppy's father had not survived the ordeal. Skaggs shared his water and a protein bar with the dogs, and with gentle coaxing, he managed to lead the mother and her 5 puppies back the 1.5 miles to the helicopter, where they were then flown to safety at Chico Airport. The rescued dogs are now under the care of North Valley Animal Disaster Group, receiving the attention and love they need after their harrowing experience. So shout out to Mr. Trevor Skaggs, who, because if you don't know dogs, now you know dogs. Like, especially when puppies are involved and that mother's involved, like when there's like a high stress situation such as that, like for him to manage to get them to gain the trust of the mother, I guess is the best way of putting it. Such a quick time and managed to lead them 1.5 miles. Pretty damn impressive and pretty damn brave. And like, if I was wearing a hat, I would have taken it off to this man.
I'm not a dog guy. I'm more of a cat person, but also at the same time, like, yeah, man, good on you. That you literally put yourself in risk to save lives. They were dog lives, but lives nonetheless. So, yeah, man, congratulations. Yeah, I'll salute you too.
You get the salute of the week.
There you go.
Well, that wraps up this week's.
I would save cats too.
If you have to, I guess. But
Oh hell. Damn.
I cats are adorable, but I'm allergic to cats, and some cats, I swear they know that, and they fuck with me because they're dicks. Well, whatever. Anyway, but not dicks enough where I would let them die. I would save them. If I had a
I believe you would. I believe that. I believe you would.
If I had a helicopter. Only if I had a helicopter. Anyway, that wraps up this week's Waffle Box episode 161. We'll be back next week for 162. That's how that works. Kush, any final thoughts? Anything you want to say to the fine folks at the Syrup Squad before we bid them adieu?
Thanks to everybody who wished me a happy birthday, and looking forward to the next 364 days till the next Waffle Box, where I celebrate my next birthday.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop whoop. Yeah, so check that out. Go to enjoywafflebox.com for all the links. Enjoywafflebox.com/shop if you want to support the show. Bunch of t-shirts, mugs, hoodies, and things like that you can buy. They're pretty cool designs, if I do say so myself. Give a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, all that nonsense and things like that with the algorithm, YouTube, and yada 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 yada. But until then, it's good night from me. It's good night from him. Lathan, any final thoughts this week?
Well, you know, I sometimes like to share a National Day with the audience with my final thought. So, you know, I couldn't mention that according to nationaldaycalendar.com, tomorrow or August 8th, for those listening on a delay, is apparently National Sneak Some Zucchini Into Your Neighbor's Porch Day. I shit you not. Thankfully, nationaldaycalendar.com shares a useful way for people to observe National Sneak Some Zucchini Into Your Neighbor's Porch Day. And that is to, well, sneak some zucchini into your neighbor's porch. It's a pretty self-explanatory holiday, and quite frankly, and this may say more about me than anything else, it seems like a rather sexually aggressive holiday. Anyway, thanks for listening, and we'll see you all next week.
And on that note, take care of yourselves. And each other.
That's all, folks.
Play me off, Johnny.